It's always a pleasure to have you on. How political is the Serbian Orthodox Church in the Balkans?
This is very political. What this really has to do with is basically the position of Montenegro, with not only in relation to Serbia and a separate identity, but also in relation to Europe. So what you've seen over the last 5 years, basically, well, 5 years ago, you had an allegedly failed coup in Montenegro, which would have overturned the government of now President Đukanović, who has been very pro-Western and who took Montenegro into NATO. The accusation in the court proceedings was, and there were 2 Russian nationals involved, that this had been a Russian-inspired coup. This is really very much part of, if you wish, a much larger picture of a tug of war in terms of which direction Europe as such should go, as the transatlantic relations, maybe not fray, but certainly are being strained and called again into question with the way the Americans handled the Afghanistan pullout.
In terms of the politics that are happening in Serbia, how much do Serbia's leading politicians use the Orthodox Church to push Belgrade's policies across to their Balkan neighbors?
Well, you had in last year elections that brought to power a government that is in part formed by pro-Serbian and pro-Russian parties. And you've had 2 very controversial laws in parliament since then. One is the law of religion, which has to do with property rights and only recognizes church properties or the ownership by religious communities of real estate, if that was the case prior to 1918, which was when the Orthodox Church in Montenegro essentially joined the Serb Orthodox Church. The other law was a law on nationality and citizenship, which significantly eased citizenship in Montenegro, and the nationalists in the country feared that this was a way of bringing in Serbs and Russians to really, in a sense, dilute the Montenegrin element of the population. Keep in mind that no one ethnic minority in Montenegro has a majority. The major groups are Montenegrins, Serbs, and then, of course, also Albanians and Bosniaks from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
James, thank you so much indeed. Always appreciate it. As I said, James Dorsey is from Singapore's Middle East Institute.